Oh, okay. Good. Good. Okay. Go live. Okay. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Grand. Let's get this show on the road.
Definitely, definitely. Oh,
So what?
okay. Oh, hi. Oh,
How you been finding quarantine?
it's so boring.
It's not, like I don't know what we do. I'm so bored. Same thing
I
every
know,
day.
honestly. Like, I finished my exams about like 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I still have like one left, but like that's keeps being pushed back and stuff, so I don't even know when that's gonna happen.
Mm,
But like,
it's
God, everything else just.
yeah. I finished mine on Friday, and I've honestly been doing nothing since then. Like I'm so happy to get it done, but like now I'm like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, yeah. Because you can't do anything. You can travel 5 kilometers now
Can
on
we?
Monday. On Monday. On Monday we can.
Where would that get you? Like it's so close and
Probably Ashlynn's house.
the other side of
Maybe,
drive.
maybe like us if I'm lucky, if I take a specific route.
Yeah. Where does Lloyd live actually?
Oh, she lives like nearer to Fantasia than like by that way rather than like close to town. If you know
Yeah.
what I mean. Yeah. Yeah. So far. Oh, okay. So what is this? This is episode four.
Oh, geez,
Four.
they're going
I
strong.
know. What a commitment. What is
Yeah.
episode four of Capitalism Thanks I hate it.
Who taught her that name?
I did.
You did it.
I did actually. Because what is it? I always have like conversations with like
Yeah.
hi sweetheart. What is it? I always have like conversations with like my brother and stuff and or like even my parents. And it always ends with capitalism. That's capitalism, baby. And then they're like
Politics. Yeah.
like honestly. And then I said it to my dad, and he kind of got a twinkle in his eye that was like, "My child, you're just as bitter as me." And I knew I had to stick with it.
Nice. It's a push,
Yeah, that's
then yeah.
pretty much it. Pretty much it.
So who you get
Oh,
so far up till now?
what have I talked about?
Yeah, and who you had on?
Oh, I've had Dara, who is currently on the
Yeah.
live. What is that? I've had, and we talked about just we talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about like identity. We talked about like books mainly. We talked about a bunch. Then I had Laika, and we talked about her relationship. We
Probably
talked about yeah. Oh my God, have you not been keeping up with the podcast? This is where you get all the dirt.
I did. I think I missed that one, but like, oh my god, Bill.
Anyway, that's episode two, and
Okay, right.
He was actually on it because he couldn't hear the live, whereas everyone else could.
Yeah.
So I literally sent him a friend request, and I was like, "You're on the live now."
Oh my god. What
I
is it?
know. I mean, I had to. Like, I had to.
Wait, if I'm on
Yeah.
live then, do my followers know that I'm on live?
Yeah, they
I
should. They should see. They should get a notification that says,
really.
"Aoife is live with Sandra" or
Uh,
whatever. Yeah, yeah. So they might just pop in and be like, what the
what?
fuck?"
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. What is it? Yeah, so I've had Leica, she was talking about a bunch. We were just like, I was baking cookies while we were in the podcast.
No.
Um, and then lately, the last one was with Hosan, and we talked about
Yeah.
myths and legends
Oh,
and all that. Yeah.
very good.
Yeah. So I've been busy, busy, busy.
Yeah. And
Uh,
So have you any topics that you want to discuss this time around?
I do because I had suggestions from two people.
Okay.
So Hosanne wanted us to talk about what books we want to read
Ooh,
because it is supposed to be a book podcast,
yeah,
loosely.
yeah. That's fair.
And what is it? And then Vian, the wonderful Vian, actually suggested astrology,
I
tarot cards,
well.
and lucid dreams. Yeah, everyone's kind of like on a big
Yeah,
astrology binge. So
like you've nothing else to be doing, so I might as well delve into that.
I know, right? I know. Gets out your birth chart and start seeing who you're
Oh,
compatible with.
like searching it up all night long, just seeing, oh, that makes sense.
It literally consists of me looking at my moon and being like, why am I an Aquarius moon and why can I not handle my emotions? Shut the fuck up, Dara, okay? I already know your suggestion. Jesus. Ugh.
Yeah,
Oh, God. I know you suggested gay, but like, that's so basic.
yeah, I relate. So I'm stepping out of the conversation.
That'll just be me, like, talking like absolute, like, for about an hour about why
What?
I am what I am. So, like,
Mm,
not that interesting.
yeah, we've heard that before, so.
Been there, done that. Um,
Right, so which books are you reading? Let's get
I'm
on.
currently still reading. I'm in between a few.
Okay.
So I'm reading Handmaid's Tale.
Ooh, that's supposed to be really good.
Really good, really good. Find Me, which is the sequel to Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah. Where the
I'm
fuck?
reading Leah on the Offbeat, which is the sequel to Love, Simon.
Yeah.
And what is it? And then I'm reading a book about depression
Oh,
currently.
is that any
Yeah,
good?
it's actually really good. It's by like one of the speakers that we had in Positive Mental Health Week.
Oh, what was his name?
His name was Dr. Harry Barry.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I remember him now. Yeah.
So it's one of his books. He has like a whole series, like from anxiety to depression to like a bunch of other, what is it, mental health stuff. So I've just been going through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. What about you?
Oh, hi, my college buddies. I see they joined. Um, I know a few things. See, like, I get so bored so easily, so I switch and change. But
Yeah.
this book that my friend gave me is called Captain Morelli's Mandolin. I feel like I'm on the Late Late Show. So we just my book. But
Do the
that's really
beauty
good.
guru shot where you're just like, this is my book.
Yeah, yeah, I know, it's weird. But that one's
Oh.
good. I'm nearly done that one.
Mhm.
Then I'm reading Anne Frank because I went to Amsterdam last year and I still haven't read the book. So
Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah.
yeah. And then also following the history trend of this book called Say Nothing, which
Ooh.
is in. Well, I studied it this semester and it was supposed to. Well, the book is supposed to be really good. So I studied well. And then, have you been watching Normal People? Oh my god, isn't it fucking insane?
God's sake, you just look at it and you're like, why is this real? Why is this real life? Like, I swear to God, the amount of situations that you get into when you're looking for a relationship and you're with someone and you're like not communicating. Swear
I
to God, I
know.
got to the, what is it, to the
It,
fourth the sixth episode or the fifth one? I think it's the fifth one. The one where like Marianne like breaks a glass in her sink.
yeah, the fifth one.
I was just like,
Yeah, I
I was
know.
like,
It's
God's sake.
so accurate. Like it portrays everything so in such a real way. So I was like, yeah. So I ordered the book off Amazon, and that took like 2 weeks to come. But I'll probably start reading that tonight.
I need to read it. I need to read it. It sounds
I hadn't heard of it
spectacular.
before. Sally,
Hmm?
I hadn't heard of it before.
No, I just heard about her like last year and I read Conversations with Friends and it was all right. So, yeah, it was all right. It was like one of those books that the more you delve into it, you're just kind of like, oh, damn, this is getting too intense because it's very relationshipy, but like modern, obviously like normal people. Yeah, yeah.
So are you studying in Trinity then, doing dental nursing?
No,
Oh, I thought they were the only place that did it.
no, I'm actually doing it. Funny story. I'm actually doing it in Diffie, but what is it? But actually, I learned that the course that I'm doing in Diffie is like a UK course, and it's actually
Like,
what the Trinity course was based on in the beginning, because
no,
there was no dental nursing course.
yeah,
No, like no joke. It was literally there was no dental nursing courses before, so literally Trinity had to like model their course on my course, but now
okay.
it's obviously much different because it's been like years. It's been ages.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I do use like some of the books that were written by the main lecturer in Trinity, if you
Yeah,
know what I mean.
of course are the exact same. Like Jiffy's actually so good.
It's so good.
That's why I get such a
It's so
bad.
good, but like it just makes you do a bunch of stuff that you didn't need to be doing,
Yeah.
which is kind of a pain. But other than that, it's like brilliant.
And how many years is it then? Two? One. Oh, that's
One, just one. Yeah, it's not bad. Hi, Kasha.
not right.
No, but like it's not bad at all.
And did you pay?
I got a placement while I was doing the actual course and stuff, but I've also not been going because like my parents have medical conditions and so
Oh,
do I.
right.
But what is it? Um, but I still have to do the exam as well for that because I was supposed to be traveling to Belfast, but
Belfast
obviously
for
not.
exam.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. Like we were booking tickets for a hotel because we literally had to be there for like 8:30 just
That's
to register.
insane.
And I heard that one year you actually had to go to England. Two people from the club course. Yeah, can you imagine?
For one exam, like two. Oh, okay.
We have to do like a written and then you have to do a practical where you're like setting up instruments and like materials.
And so then, what are you a dentist then after you've done that? Or like,
You're a dental nurse, yeah. Yeah,
oh,
then you're qualified. But like in Ireland, scary thought, but like don't think about it too much. You don't actually have to be qualified to be a dental
what?
nurse. Yeah, I'm not even joking. It's preferable, and they want you to have a course now, like for the most part, because they're trying to get it like approved that
Yeah.
you have to have a
Yeah.
qualification, but you actually don't. Yeah.
So you could literally just walk up and be like, "Oh, I have an interest in dentistry. Can you employ me?" Like, I understand there's you can learn on the job, like, like
Yeah.
an apprentice would do, but like if nurses and hospitals have to study for 4 years, why don't dental nurses like,
Yeah.
you know?
And but like it's the whole thing like with nurses where you were kind of like the handmaiden to the
Yeah,
doctor. So it's the whole like, it's the same train wreck happening.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
get what you mean.
But there's not much you can do.
Mm.
It is what it is.
Well, so it's,
Mm, mm.
mm,
What is it? But yeah, it hasn't been half bad. But I'm obviously not doing it at the moment.
yeah.
Mm,
I can't believe what is it? Only May now. We've another 3 months of summer left.
I know.
It's scary.
It's bizarre.
Mm.
Bizarre. And also holidays are just like completely out the window, which is just
No idea
like
what day it is.
it's a whole train wreck and a
And
half.
how is your family in Portugal? Are they okay?
Um, they're actually fine. Thank you for
Good.
asking. Um, Two of them I think are emergency workers, but one of them works in like basically as a quality assurance analyst. So
Okay.
he deals with a lot of like computer stuff and like he probably works from home from what I know.
Yeah.
What is it? But my one of my cousins is actually she works in blood transfusions and that kind of stuff. So
Well,
she would obviously be working.
yeah.
Yeah.
In
I
the
come from a long line of smart people.
yeah. Oh,
Oh, that Portuguese genes. But yeah, like they're fine. Some of my aunts and uncles are like retired or like on medical leave and stuff, so they're like just at home and they're fine.
that's good.
Yeah, yeah. What about your family?
Well, none of us are working, so we're just all at home. Well, mom obviously is working from home, and then dad, he's a builder, so he can't do it. So yeah, we're
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about your sister and brother?
My brother is still working because he's an essential worker.
Okay,
And so is my sister. Yeah, they're both working.
good.
But like, what is it? What is it? But the way they changed around stuff in supermarkets, my brother has like different shifts and stuff than he usually would, and
Right.
he's actually off more often than he usually would. Like it's more consistent than it was, so like it's absolutely fine.
Okay, so he's not, at a loss then.
No, and also they're giving them a lot of like uh hand gel and stuff. So,
Good.
so like obviously they're living the life of luxury over there, you know what I mean?
You can tick
Yeah,
off.
so it's been grand, I think, for the most part.
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so let's go into star signs, I think.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
everyone's been obsessing.
it's like newest trend.
It's
Like
the newest.
it's weird because I was such a believer of like I don't believe in God, I don't believe in anything that you can't prove, like very scientific. But now, oh, I'm fucking convinced, like it is my gospel.
Even just pulling out everyone's birth charts, being like, look,
Yeah,
I can't set you up unless you're completely compatible, okay?
honestly, like I would like to admit it, but I will judge you based on your star sign.
Oh my
I
God,
feel him.
Eva! Do you go up to people and go like, I bet you're such a Pisces?
Oh yeah. I, like I don't care if they look at me weird. I'm like, I'm speaking the truth here.
Oh my God. So I think we should start off on like, what is your star sign and what is mine?
Okay. Well, what I tell you?
Yeah,
Okay. So I'm a Sagittarius.
okay. I
So
can get behind that.
can you
Fiery.
tell it?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
fiery. I love it. I love it. What is it? I'm a Capricorn.
Are you?
I actually am.
I can see that. Like you're very determined and hardworking. Like I can remember you in sixth year, you would stress so much, and I'm like, my heart goes out to Sandra. Like in chemistry.
Oh my God, I was literally stressing in chemistry, and then in biology, I would literally just spend my time goofing off.
Yeah,
Like, no joke.
we'd be that stressed we wouldn't even we just talk to ourselves like.
Oh my God, yeah. In biology, it was literally just me wishing to be at the beach. Like, no joke. Oh God.
I joke with Charles like. Oh
Oh God. So you're a Sagittarius.
yeah,
I can get behind that because my brother is a Sagittarius, so like, y'all are grand. But
yeah.
like, some star signs.
I know. Like I don't want to name name, but like there's a few out there, especially the more emotional water signs. I love like my best friends are Pisces and Scorpio, but like
Oh, but like
they're
I'm
totally
compatible
on
with them, so I can't say crap. You know what I mean?
what?
I'm compatible with like Pisces, Scorpio,
Yeah.
occasionally Cancer. So like I literally can't say crap about it, even if I want to.
Yeah.
Upsetting.
Like
Truly upsetting.
what's your moon? Your moon sign?
My moon is Aquarius.
Aquarius. That's
Do you want me
interesting.
to tell you what that means?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, okay. Like I was to my core upset when when I read like the description of it because I was like, I feel called out. I don't
Yeah.
like this photograph. I'm in it. It was not a good time. So
Yeah.
basically, Aquarius moon people are eccentric loners, but this might not be obvious until you get to know them better. Those with moon in Aquarius seem to have access to the mysteries of the universe through their inner lives. Their emotional detachment keeps them cool in crises, but can make them as remote as a distant galaxy. I
What
was just
the heck?
like, Jesus Christ, okay.
Into here?
I was just like,
Is that me or
is this me or
yeah, mine's
now
not me.
you imagine an Aquarius moon dating an Aquarius moon. Like
Yeah,
that was happening.
like my Venus is in Aquarius, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Does that mean I'm gonna be alone with the rest of my life?
Oh my God, I'll
Very
see. I'll see what it means. My Venus is in Sagittarius.
Yeah, that's a good one now.
You would say that. Venus
Yeah.
Aquarius, guys and gals think different. They're known for having social stamina and extending friendship to an eclectic mix of people. They tend to look striking in some way or have strange style sense. Even if Venus Aquarius outwardly blends in, there's something unusual about their mindset. Oh, so you're basically like unique.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
nice.
that's sweet. How do you think you'll be single if you're basically unique? You know what I mean?
Mm. Well,
No, you thought. Aquarius moon is the worst.
is it?
It's well for me. I haven't looked into other moons. People would have to send me their moon for me to like judge them.
That's where you get to know someone's real colours.
Oh my god, yeah. When you start calling out their entire birth chart and you're like, that's how you react to social situations? Really?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Like my moon is in Gemini, and honest to God, like it
Oh
just
my god.
explains so much. Like I'm not a Gemini person, but like
Okay.
behind the scenes, it's like someone who's always trying to figure things out and like real curious about everything, but also
Oh, that seems nice.
it has like its ups and its downs basically. So
Yeah, yeah.
kind of
I get that.
at times it's a struggle.
My whole birth chart is just like choices. Choices were made.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at it and I'm like, when stuff is going wrong and you look at your horoscope and it just spills it out for you,
Oh no.
you're just like,
Do you have co-star?
I do.
Yeah, I literally check it like every morning. I'm like, okay, this is what's gonna happen for me today.
I've avoided it because they keep like calling me out on
Really?
very specific stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to know. I'll read it at the end of the day if I want to. I
Yeah.
don't want to know.
Yeah.
Don't want to know.
Why is
Like,
that like so encouraging? Like every day is like you have the strength to do this, you have the power to change and grow. And I'm like, thanks, co-star.
that sounds great. Mine is like, look, you're not deciding to commit on this idea, even though it's a good idea. So keep going. Like, you need to commit to this idea. And I'm like, wow, okay. Like, literally, it'll be something so like that. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I need to commit to this thing that I keep avoiding. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I've heard
Let
it.
me be.
Yeah.
Oh,
And speaking of like spirituality and astrology in general, I think like I'm a full on hippie now. Like I'm into crystals, I'm into incense, I'm into tarot. Like who would have thought 2 years
the
ago?
change, Aoife. The sheer
Oh,
change of you.
I'm a different person altogether. Like who was I in 20?
You were not that. You were like, you were balls to the wall. You were like, I'm going to change the world. This is bullshit. I'm sick and tired of all these people blaming their life on horoscopes. You were literally that person. And
Yeah,
now it's like intense back.
all the opposite, yeah. Like I still can change the world, but like
Of course.
astrology can help with that. It can guide me.
You walking into a meeting looking at your co-star like, will today be a good
Yeah,
day?
literally.
Oh, God.
Stop, like,
Oh. That's what I like about what is it? Dating sites now, because it's all like they're a Libra, and so you're looking through their bio and you see like a bunch of stuff about them, and you're
yeah.
like, do I want to risk it? Do I want to risk it on this star sign or not? Time
But
will tell.
ever connect to this or not?
Oh God. Oh, what are Sagittarius is compatible with?
I think they're compatible with different people. Like my sister's
Mhm.
Gemini, but
Mm.
that is a very kind of turbulent relationship, I would say personally.
Mm.
But
T.
romantically compatible per se is Aries, which is another fire sign, Libra, which is air sign.
No,
Is it
not Earth. I think
air?
air.
Okay. Yeah, I was mixed up between the air and air.
I don't know. I just know they're balanced. They're like supposed to symbol. their symbol is like balancing.
Yeah. The scales.
Um,
Yeah, I'm really bad with Leos. Not really.
even though it says it's one of your compatible ones.
What?
It says it's one of your compatibles. They say like Aries, Leo, Libra, and Aquarius.
Aquarius, yeah. So I know all like.
Oh my God, you're gonna get together with like an elusive person. Good luck.
I know.
I'm not better off. Like mine,
What did they?
God, oh, I'll tell you, because I always forget the order that they're in. So my mom knows a bunch about this.
Your mom?
And literally, yeah, my mom and my dad have been reading horoscopes since like ages, since I was born. Like, it's always been in my life.
Right.
Like, they would pick up a newspaper and be like, "How's the day looking?" Like, no joke,
So
literally. And
like,
she,
what
what
logo
is it?
are you looking at?
Hmm?
My parents are like, what shite are you looking at? Like, what?
No, my parents are like balls to the wall. They're like, let's see this. Like, my mom turned to me one day and she was like, "You need to get with a Taurus or a Virgo." And I was like, "Mom, you and Dad are a Taurus and a Virgo. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that." But literally, she's right. My most compatible signs are Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, and Pisces. Yeah. Okay, massa. Yeah, so yeah, and then I'm generally least compatible with Aries and Libra.
Oh, so literally the exact opposite for me.
Perfect. Perfect.
But I mean, on so we're defining the whole astrology
Oh
spectrum.
God. It's so funny because I look at like the compatibility stuff, and when you start looking at your friendships and you see the amount of people that you're friends with,
It makes so much sense.
like I'm friends with a lot of Scorpios. I've gotten on with a lot of Virgos and Taurus. And then Pisces, like when I meet them, they're usually very bubbly people and they're like easygoing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Aries, like we either clash or we get on, but as friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Like it's weird because I get on with Scorpios and Pisces really well, but then at times I wouldn't. So that's kind of what you and Aries like. You either get on or you don't.
And Libra, I haven't I haven't actually gotten the chance to like actually meet
Be fully
people
acquainted.
who are Libra.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Are you into tarot at all?
I'm not. I was kind of like weary of tarot.
So was I. I've been warned off it.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, by different people. But then I was kind of looking more into it, and just once you know how to do it properly, then it's all.
You're gonna be calling up your friends one of these days and being like, "How do I get rid of it properly?
I
How do I?"
know, I know. It's dangerous stuff.
Because one of my friends literally was gonna get a tarot card like deck and was like, "I know how to get rid of them properly," and I was like, "That gives me no vote of confidence
Yeah.
at all."
Like, what are you inviting into your life?
But actually, looking at it, it wasn't really based on like reading your fortunes and
Yeah,
stuff.
no, it's like a way of telling a story.
Yeah, I heard it was like a lot of just like card games that have
Yeah,
still like persisted like over the time.
years old, like.
Yeah, like it started in like the mid 15th century
Right.
as like games like Italian tarocchini,
Yeah.
which is like a trick taking tarot card game.
Okay.
And what is it? And it had like a pack from like 78 cards to 62. And it was basically like one of those games, like how you would play like blackjack or
Yeah.
something.
Exactly. So,
Yeah, so like it was very
so it's,
innocent.
yeah.
Hmm. And what is it? And then it had like French tarot, which was also like a trick taking strategy game
Okay.
using like 78 cards. And then there was also an Austrian one that was like a four-player game.
Oh, okay. So it
Yeah,
had,
so like they're all pretty like innocent
yeah. I just
in
don't
the
know.
beginning. Hmm?
I don't know when it changed then.
Yeah, like if I'm looking through, I'm looking at the very credible source, Wikipedia, as always.
Yeah, as always.
What is it? Hmm. So yeah, they started around like the 14th century, 15th century, and they had like suits like batons or clubs, coins, swords, and cups
Right.
that are still used in like traditional Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese playing cards. And they only started to be like kind of like fortune telling around like the late 18th century.
Right, okay.
So if I looked at the 18th century, what was like the pinnacle stuff? Because I have a feeling it was like Salem and all that was like pinnacle and that.
When like witchcraft and stuff was becoming more popular.
Yeah, let me see. 18th century. So that was like during the time of like the Enlightenment. Um, and what is it? And there was like a lot of slavery and stuff. Hi, Shauna. Um, I just turned around from my history lesson. What is it? Yeah, it was like a lot of. Oh yeah, it was basically when people were a lot against the monarchy and like aristocratic power. So it's not surprising that this kind of stuff peaked.
Yeah.
Because that's why astrology is kind of peaking now. It's because we're all in a time where it's kind of uncertain. We're pretty sure recession is around the corner. So you start turning to the stars.
Yeah, exactly. Like looking for hope elsewhere.
Like one really good video is by the YouTuber Sabrina Cruz, and she basically goes through like the origin of astrology, which was basically like someone wrote in a newspaper or something a prediction about a specific royal, and
Okay.
then people really like clung on to it. They thought, oh, this is really cool, and then it evolved to become like based on when you were born and the location and all that over time.
Really?
Yeah,
No way.
yeah. Like it literally began as like one prediction for one royal, from what I know. Um, and then
There.
that happened.
Interesting.
Mm. But apparently it's like it's very old in general, astrology. It's always
Yeah,
been
back dating from the ancient Greeks and stuff.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
of that's
What is
incredible.
it? And apparently until the 17th century it was considered to be a scholarly tradition and it helped drive the development of astronomy.
Yeah, astronomy is related to it.
Hmm. Very
Okay,
interesting.
here's your history lesson for today. Coming from
Learn something new every day. Oh, no, but like that's I'm taking that from her, but what is it from Sabrina Cruz's video? But she usually does like very in-depth research, so I assume that it's very concrete. But
Okay.
like if you look through Wikipedia, there's been astrology in ancient Egypt from like 525 BC.
Yeah.
It was a big part of like Greece and Rome.
Yeah.
And it's also like been in the Islamic world as well.
No way.
Yeah, like if
Like
you go through, there's like
everything.
an entire paragraph.
So like if something's that old and resonates with so many different cultures and religions, then like there obviously has to be some truth to it.
There has to be something. I don't think it's necessarily a truth, but at least like a mindset that people have always connected with to a certain
Yeah.
extent.
Yeah. And
Because if you think about it, you use the sun to like tell time and stuff, like way back when.
yeah.
So obviously the stars and the sun and the moon and all the planets are going to be an important factor to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think this may sound so hippy dippy, but like quarantine is such a good time to just be like more in tune with like nature and the environment around you.
Oh
Like
God, yeah.
just observing things and being like, oh, I didn't notice that before, and like maybe what does that mean? And just taking things in as they come.
Yeah. And just like letting yourself live,
Present.
yeah, and whichever way is healthy for you. Because if you're really thinking about losing weight and all that right now, sure, go for it, whatever. But like now is the time of survival, not really a time to like
Eh,
panic.
yeah, like I think we need to step. Like I'm guilty myself of doing it, but like we need to step away from like the superficial, materialistic world for a bit whilst we're in quarantine, because you know, like it's we need to more focus on our mental health, which isn't helped at all by capitalism and uh, you know things being.
That's so on brand. Thank you, Aoife.
But it's true.
It's true, it's true. Oh, oh God, yeah.
So like quarantine is a blessing in disguise, I think, even though it's
Yeah.
obviously hard as well. But I think it's meant to be hard so that like we can properly just reassess things
Yeah,
at
that's
priority.
so true. That's so true. I've said to a lot of my friends, and I'm honest, I can't wait until we all have children, and then they just turn to our spouses and ask,
Yeah,
why is mom like, so deeply messed up? And your spouse just turns to them and says, well, when your mother was like, 20, 18, 19, whatever age, there was this thing called COVID-19, and it kind of broke her a little,
yeah.
just like a little bit messed up.
Hi Neve, hi sister, how are you doing? All my sisters are watching.
I love our faves watching. I love
Me.
it. What is it? And one of the things that Vianne brought up that I hadn't been talking about and thinking about for a while
Yeah,
was lucid dreaming.
I do that every night.
Do you?
Uh, like
I actually can't.
it's hard because I keep like a notebook, and because I've such lucid, vivid dreams, I write my dreams out after, like the morning after, so that like
Okay.
kind of when I'm in the state of dreaming, it
Yeah.
helps me remember like exactly what has happened, and that makes me more like present in the dream, and like I can decide what I want to do. But it's weird as well because like I'm that present and I know what's going on. So like let's say I'll take out my phone. Last night I had a dream where I was on my phone and I couldn't type. Like I just couldn't type for some reason. And then I was like, the reason why I can't type is because I'm in a dream. Like things that would normally come naturally to you, you can't do in your dream.
Yeah. Like
Then
apparently you can't read in your dream as well.
yeah. So then you know that you're in a state of lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
It can be
I
scary.
don't know. I really can't. I completely just, the moment I realize I'm in a dream,
Mm,
switches off.
really?
Wake up. Like literally, the moment I realize it and try to control it, wake up.
It's crazy how like different people
I
have
know.
dreams. Like you wonder why.
Yeah, I know. And what is it? But your way of like basically journaling your dreams is a really effective way of like
Yeah,
analyzing,
yeah. It's
analyzing like your stuff, what you're thinking about.
yeah, yeah. Like you wonder why did I dream about this thing, and it could be something as simple as like, oh, I was watching telly and the actor from telly was in my dream, or it could mean something.
Connell. Connell from Normal People just coming in.
Yeah,
That chain.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, like, it could,
Yeah.
or um, it could be like something more deeper that your um subconscious wants you to kind of analyze and assess.
That you just keep on like reflecting and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and as well, like the journaling makes you like it actually helps with memory because I have a really bad memory. Like in school, I couldn't learn something the week before. Like I would have to do it the night previous to the exam because my memory is so short term. But
Okay.
by remembering my dreams every morning, like they could be really, really long dreams, and writing them out, my memory has actually improved. Like,
Oh,
I can
that's so
remember,
interesting.
yeah, much better, like from ages ago than I could maybe a few years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's mad.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I need to start journaling them because I've been recommended since I keep having not even like very negative ones, but just like
Worry.
repetitive, either repetitive, what is it, dreams, in general. Or just like stuff that I'm like, why am I thinking about this? It's been ages. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
something just pops up and you're like, why?
Yeah, what's the meaning there?
Yeah, why does this person or this event or whatever keep
Mm.
back?
You should look up on like the meanings and symbols of dreams online.
Oh, I do that so often
Yeah.
sometimes. Oh God.
It can
You
help.
get into a loop about it. You're like, why am I feeling this? Because I know I'm feeling this, so why is it happening?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it? For anyone who doesn't know, basically a lucid dream is a dream where you're actually aware that you're dreaming and you can actually gain control over whatever is happening in the dream.
Mm.
And apparently, it's been studied and reported for many years. And a lot of prominent figures from like ancient to modern times have like been fascinated by lucid dreams and have thought of them as a better way of thinking of their causes and their purpose.
Right.
And there's been like a lot of different theories from scientific research on the subject that have even been shown in a lot of popular culture.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have seen further developments in psychological research that point to this form of dreaming as a form of, like you said, sleep therapy, like helping you rejog your memory and helping you actually remember better.
Yeah.
So the actual first time the term was used was by a Dutch author and psychiatrist
Hmm.
in his 1913 article. So like recent enough, still
Yeah.
1900s, a study of dreams. Uh, uh,
And did he
uh,
coin it?
he coined the term and he studied his personal dreams since 1896.
Jesus,
And
right.
then he wrote down like the dreams that seemed the most important to him.
Mm-hmm.
And all of these dreams, 352,
Tiny
were
map
known
here
as
nearly.
lucid dreams.
Yeah.
Like, God. And he created basically different names for different types of dreams he experienced. Each name was being created from the data he collected. So he named 7 different types of dreams initially,
Okay.
which was initial dreams, pathological, ordinary dreaming, vivid dreaming, demonical dreaming,
All right.
general dream sensations, and lucid dreaming. He thought that lucid dreaming was the most interesting out of all of them
Okay.
and the most worth studying. And he studied it from January 20th, 1898 and December 26, 1912.
Very good.
And while describing this state of dreaming, he said, you are completely aware of your surroundings and are able to direct your actions freely, yet the sleep is stimulating and uninterrupted.
Yeah.
But
That's
what is it? But
cool.
even before him, there was even people fascinated, like a philosopher and physician, Sir Thomas Browne, was fascinated by this like ability to lucid dream. And he said in I think it was in a book,
Yeah.
let's see, yeah, like a spiritual testament or whatever. He said, yet in one dream I can compose a whole comedy, behold the action, apprehend the jests, and laugh myself awake at the conceits thereof. So basically lucid dreaming has been around the 17th century, even in ancient times, like with
Okay.
common stuff like Buddhism,
Yeah.
and has ran through like the 19th century, the 20th century, and has always like been analyzed by scientists or people of philosophy.
Yeah. That's
Which is kind of interesting for this time because everyone I've been talking to has either been having nightmares or really weird dreams lately.
yeah. That's what quarantine does to you.
God, yeah. Yeah. Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
on a different note, if you are going to learn anything over quarantine, what?
No, do There we go. If I was to learn anything over quarantine, I'd actually love to play the flute.
Would you?
I would, and I have a flute.
Yeah.
Like I have a flute. I have a photo of it on my Instagram, I think. Like it's very pretty. But it's so intense to learn.
How cool.
Like it's just
It's apparently really hard to use that woodwind instrument because of your breathing or something.
now keep in mind I come from a long line of people with lung problems.
Oh no.
So
That's
not
so
a good choice.
mm.
Obrigada, já tá. Obrigada.
You having your
Medicine and food.
what?
I'm having my medicine and food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, noodles.
New-
What is it? No, but I would learn the flute.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's intense. It's a bit intense. So I don't know if I'll get around to it.
You might as well try, I suppose.
I mean, it's fun anyway. So
Yeah.
what about you?
Well, I actually got a drum kit. Like my uncle, he never used his, so he gave mine to me, and he has known for years that I've been wanting to play the drums. Like, do you remember in third year? I don't know if you do, but I
Mhm.
band with Thomasin and Ashlyn, and I played the drums, and ever since then, like my dream for playing drums has just lived on.
I
So,
love it.
so I got an electric drum kit there, and I've been literally drumming away for hours on end every day.
Spectacular. I love it. I love that.
So that's what I'm doing. And then I can also play piano and guitar, so I'll be a
You're a
one
one-woman
man.
band.
Yeah.
What is it? I've just been painting a bunch
Oh, lovely.
and just writing because
Okay.
apparently it's fun.
Um, as in creative writing or just random in general?
More like poetry
Ooh.
and a lot more like obviously planning for the podcast and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what made you decide to do the podcast?
Hmm.
Was like
That's
is
a really good question.
yeah. I think a lot
I've
of people be
actually
afraid of it.
hmm?
I think a lot of people would be afraid to do a podcast where like everyone can listen in, but I think it's such a good outlet for people.
It's kind of hilarious because when you think about it, I'm very anxious. Like I have anxiety. I've been diagnosed. Um, but what is it? But I just like it. I've been wanting to do one for a while. And it kind of was spurred on by the idea that all my friends wanted to do a book club, but
Yeah.
we were all so busy. Like, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? You get busy, you start not committing to it. You just think to yourself, I don't have time nor the energy for it.
Hmm.
And what is it with like college and working and all, I lose touch a bit more with my friends, even
Yeah.
though we meet up as often as we can.
I know what you
Like,
mean.
yeah, you just kind of lose touch. So I just thought like this was a really fun and easy idea for us to kind of stay connected, but
Oh,
also not with the commitment of being like, buy this book, read it within this time frame,
yeah,
talk about it.
exactly. So
Yeah,
or like we can talk in general, but also have the books as well. To
exactly. And also for like my friends who like we barely talk or whatever, but we're still friends, they still have that thing where if they miss me, they hear an episode. Like, you know what I
oh,
mean?
oh, that is so sweet.
But also, what is I have like a baby niece now for
Yeah.
like ages, and I do want to kind of have a record of my thoughts in my 20s, or like from now on,
Uh,
as like a little time capsule that isn't like dependent on being printed or whatever.
exactly. Like they say a picture can tell 1,000 words, but like that's not necessarily true. Like I think, speaking from your own experience is much more better.
Yeah, yeah. And what is it? Oh, this month was actually one of the days of this month. When was it? Is it the 17th or was it the 12th or something? One of the days of this month is actually Fibromyalgia Awareness Day,
Is that
which
the
is
stupid one?
like a condition that I have
Okay, right.
that like causes basically chronic pain.
Oh yeah, I think Lady Gaga has that. That's why I knew what I was.
Like it's basically a very general chronic pain condition. So I'm in pain 6 days out of 7 days of a
Oh my
week.
God. And is it really like severe pain? If you don't want me asking.
It's like you could poke me and it's sore.
Really? Wow.
Like I had to go to like our local hospital and say like, look, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
And they basically said, look, maybe it's an effect of like you having, this was like 2 years ago.
Was it
So
severe
what is it? They
bacon?
basically said, um, it could be from you having a virus or something and it's like an aftermath and it'll pass or something. We don't really know. Maybe go to a rheumatologist. And then I went to Portugal, got some tests done, got a few x-rays, and they basically said, look, you don't have any inflammation noted on your x-rays. So
Okay.
based on your other medical history that you've told me, I think it would be this.
Right. So then you're diagnosed.
Yeah, yeah.
And do you have to take pain medication then obviously to help ease with it?
I don't because I've tried paracetamol doesn't work.
Oh no, paracetamol shite.
Paracetamol is like bare minimum.
Yeah.
Um, what is it? Certain antidepressants work, but I haven't been taking like different types. I'm taking one specifically for my anxiety
Okay.
because it was like very bad. Otherwise, I wouldn't have to take it.
Yeah.
What is it? And I've taken Ponston, which is like very intense, but
Okay.
like I didn't feel anything. Like I was taking that for period cramps and I felt no difference.
Wow.
So clear. And whereas one of my friends from college actually took it after like, I don't know, she was sick one day or something and she needed to take it and she literally fell asleep. It was that strong.
Wow. So it had no effect on you.
Yeah. And it was the same milligrams and all, like, because I was talking to her about it. So clearly my nerves or my body is very, like, different.
Yeah.
So I can't really do much. What I end up doing is a lot of stretches.
Right.
Um, if I work out, it has to be very little because
Yeah.
I can't do much. But I do lift like a bit of weights and stuff just to build up muscle to see if
Yeah.
it'll help.
Yeah. Definitely.
Um, what is it? And just pacing myself, just kind of relaxing. Like a lot of times this year or last year, I've been invited to like go to a nightclub and stuff.
Okay.
And I've kind of like refused because I know when it hits that time to leave, I'll
Yeah.
already be so exhausted that I can't, even if I wanted to, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
And is it
So,
genetic or anything?
hmm?
Or is it genetic?
They don't know.
Right.
My mom has a lot of symptoms now that overlap,
Okay.
but I don't know necessarily if it is genetic. You know what I mean? Or if it's like because I suffered from a severe anxiety and depressive state, and
Mm-hmm.
if that kind of coincided with this.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's,
because it's all kind of connected, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Mm.
Like it's mad because even if I'm not feeling great, like my body will tell me. So everything, yeah, is connected, as you said.
Yeah. No, and also like, what was I gonna say? It just kind of makes sense because over my life, I've always had like a lot of symptoms that overlap with it, and I
Yeah.
wasn't even aware of it.
Mm.
So
So
it
now
was
you know,
just gonna happen.
right.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're managing it. That's all.
Mm. As best as I can.
Mm.
Like working 6 days a week
That's a
was
lot.
not a good idea. Horrible idea.
Definitely not.
Mm.
So you scaled back then, did you?
Well, I'm not working currently, obviously,
Yeah.
so that helped. But I think in future I either have to go for low hours,
Mm.
an easy job, or part time,
Okay. Right.
just for my own like health.
Yeah. I mean, your health is your wealth, as they say. Like.
Yeah, exactly. But also like since I don't have many, what is it, ways of coping with it, I have to just keep going. So,
Yeah, see what works for
yeah.
you.
Like literally, if you look at this is just showing how Instagram is a lie. If you look at my pride photos with my
Yeah.
friends, I
Hmm.
look very happy, we're all content and stuff, but
Hmm.
by the end of it I could barely walk.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
like
that's
literally no joke. No joke.
right. And I
Mm.
completely agree with you. Like Instagram is such a lie. Like even looking at
Hmm.
my like I'm a hypocrite as much as anyone else is because that is me on a good day. Like whereas
Oh yeah. At your peak.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like that's all I want to show.
Oh
But
god, yeah.
I think, do you know what? I think TikTok is really good now, probably more so than it has been before in just like showing people in their natural state and how we are behind the camera. Like
Oh
even though
god,
it's
yeah.
recorded in a TikTok, like everyone's just being more real on it, and
Hmm.
it can be so relatable. Like
It's true. And I think that there's a lot of like educational benefit to TikTok in
yeah,
that like a lot of people talk about a lot of different topics.
yeah.
So it's really cool.
There's a niche for everything nearly. So like,
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
there's good the bad of it, obviously, but like there is a lot
Hmm.
on it, I have to say.
Hmm.
So that's what I've been watching a lot of this past quarantine.
I watch like a bunch of compilation videos,
Yeah,
you know, just like when you're having an off day, I just watch like a bunch of like the art ones because they're
yeah,
just so calming, just like switch off.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
I get you there.
or the baking ones are so good.
They're so satisfying.
Hmm.
Like I wish I could bake so that I can make stuff like that, but that'll never happen. So I can just watch it.
Oh, have you not slid into like the whole banana bread thing?
I made see I'm a vegan, right? So I made one banana bread
Hmm.
and it was weird because it didn't look like banana bread, but it tasted like banana bread.
Oh wow.
So I was like, okay, I ate it all like by myself, but I was just a bit like discouraged after that, so I haven't been really baking ever since.
Oh.
I might try and improve the recipe and see if it works out the second time.
Hmm. That's a good idea.
Yeah. How about
Yeah.
you?
I baked in that episode where I baked cookies and I tried to make it gluten free
Okay.
just because, like, to help my intestines and stuff
Yeah.
instead of like using plain flour. Not that I'm gluten intolerant, but
Mhm.
just like to see.
Yeah.
But what is it? But it was such a rough time making it. Um, it was actually all right. It turned out all right, but my brother didn't like it. So I
Oh.
don't have the full approval. So I obviously need to like take a step back and redo it with
Yeah.
other flour. So I can't share the recipe yet.
I can't be disclosed as of now.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
That's fair.
Because it's the same one that I would give everyone in sixth year, but I tried to like gluten-free it.
Yeah.
But I obviously didn't have enough. So then it was just a whole mess.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everyone's trying to change normal recipes into like vegan recipes, gluten-free recipes because like we all want to be a bit more healthier.
Yeah.
But I think that is good, like that we're looking for alternatives and like you
Oh,
know.
absolutely. If it wasn't for people that like are vegan and stuff, I wouldn't have a lot of the what is it, the alternatives that I need. Like I
Yeah,
can't have a lot of lactose,
yeah, same.
like stuff with lactose in it. So
Yeah.
like just the vegan alternatives in terms of like mozzarella cheese or whatever is
Mhm.
just so helpful.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Although it can be pricey, so like I have to
Oh
pay
God,
for
yeah.
that going to Tesco now.
We we are currently having 20 seconds remaining.
What?
So,
Oh my
so
god.
I will probably start the live again so we
Okay.
have like more time. But any last minute remarks before we cut off?